as people may already know, they should if you're an American, Donald Trump actually won for the presidency against Kamala Harris. Something I also thought was interesting was how the House and the Senate is now majority Republican as well. So that's interesting. But amid all of this, you have your supporters who are regular and then your extreme people, okay? To where you have people who are like, okay, I support him or her, vice versa. But let's just talk about him in this particular instance. You have your people who are like, okay, I support him and what he says with certain policies, yada, yada, yada. And then you have your extremists, which borderline, if not completely racist people who are saying, I want him in there because of this reason, not necessarily for the economy or border control or any of that. It's just everything else, you know? So you have those people, in my opinion, who are sending out these text messages to people. When I first heard about these text messages, I said, what? So essentially, they are racist plantation text messages that have been sent nationwide. Even a lady that I enjoy watching, because she does the dancing dolls, even her son was a target of these acts. So each message is essentially the same, and it'll say, greetings, insert whoever your name is. And these are being sent out only to Black people, by the way. So it'll say, greetings, whoever you are. They'll give the first name. It says, you have been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Be ready at, insert the time. This one says 12 p.m. sharp with all of your belongings. Our executive slaves will come to get you in a brown van. Be prepared to be searched down once you've entered the plantation. You are now in Plantation Group W. So they will all have some kind of similarity in this regard. We'll say, greetings, insert the name. Here's a time. We're going to, you need to arrive at this address, whatever, for being in the plantation. To pick cotton, of course. So obviously these are, I would consider them to be threats now. Would other people say that? Some people I've read be like, it's just a harmless joke. My main thing is this. Here's the thing. How did you, one, find out what my number is? How did you know it was me, a Black person, to send this to? And how are you getting all of this information? I understand, like, even with addresses, people's information is public knowledge, but I don't know. I felt like you got my name too. So you got my name, you got my race. I don't know. I just find that to be very odd, where it's like, how is this even happening? But the FBI actually had a statement that they released in regards to this. And it says, FBI statement on offensive and racist text messages. It says the FBI is aware of the offensive and racist text messages sent to individuals around the country and is in contact with the Justice Department and other federal authorities on the matter. As always, we encourage members of the public to report threats of physical violence to local law enforcement authorities. So could this just be some kind of, piece that they're like, okay, let's just put something out? Or could they actively be like, okay, we're actually going to make sure that we find out who is doing this and why they're doing it? When did they get this information? How did they get this information? And can we arrest this person? So that's one thing that if they do what they're supposed to do, hopefully it works, that they can go and arrest these people, because obviously this is harassment. Obviously, this is threats of violence to me. I would consider that to be that. I mean, when people working on plantations, they weren't living in a 5-star hotel or anything like that, getting fed pill grapes just so they could then go outside and work. That's not what was happening, clearly. So I wonder how all this will play out in the future. Are they going to be able to catch the person? I don't know. But let me know what you all think about this story down below.